What happened now? What happened now? Went back there? Where you go?
Dave Gallo, can you lead us off in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Reverend Anton DeWitt. How you doing, sir?
Hi there. Happy summer to all. Is this on?
It is on.
It is. There is in the ancient Hebrew texts, there is a story of a king who found favor in God's eyes when God granted him a wish. And he wished for wisdom. And it was a wisdom to guide the people he ruled. So we wish upon you, the people we have elected, and the people who we entrust our future with. We wish upon you the wisdom of God. Let us pray. Holy God, we give thanks for all the opportunities we have in our lives to do what is wise and what is good, that which sustains and that which builds, that which heals, that which inspires. We pray that your Spirit be upon our leaders. We pray that their wisdom will be applied to the benefit of our entire community, one and all. We pray for our city and our people. We ask your blessings upon all. Amen.
Amen. Reverend DeWitt, thank you very much. Old Steeple Church in Aquabog. So we're going to take out of order a little bit. We're going to come up to the front and talk about World Lung Cancer Day. So let's go down. And Ms. Baldwin, can you come on up? I do this because there's children here. Hey, you want to do it, Jim?
No, I just want to excuse because that's the way I am.
So we're proclaiming this first day of August World Lung Cancer Day, whereas lung cancer is the leading cause of death. And I'm reading this to the kids that are here, and I'm taking this out of order for the children that are here because I know once we give the National Night Out, you'll hear the seat back slap up and everybody will leave and they'll think that, okay, this was a nice time, but, you know, really don't understand necessarily what the town board does or doesn't do. And so this is an opportunity for us to sort of speak to the children here. And in this day and age, cigarette smoking, to me, I can't even understand why anybody would smoke anymore because we know the health risks of it. We know the downside of smoking. What we don't know is the upside of smoking other than it is very, very addictive. So I'm going to read a few things about World Lung Cancer Day, and I want you guys to pay attention because when somebody asks you to smoke or offers you a cigarette or a cigar, or I have friends that chew tobacco. It's not really popular on Long Island, but there are a lot of people in rural areas in northern New York that chew tobacco. It's just, I know it's cliche to your parents, say no. Because the minute you get addicted to that, your life is going to change, not for the better, but for the worse. So, whereas lung cancer is the leading cause of death from cancer worldwide and is one of the most common cancers among New Yorkers, having the most cancer deaths among men and women in Suffolk County, more than of colon, breast, and prostate cancer combined. And whereas while smoking is the most common cause of lung cancer, other factors have long been known to cause lung cancer, such as genetics, exposure to certain carcinogens, secondhand smoke, radon, asbestos, air pollution, things of that nature. Understanding its cause, its effects, and other facts about lung cancer is an important step in preventing complications and reducing the risk of mortality. Whereas early diagnosis and treatment of lung cancer greatly improve survival rates, however, in most cases are not diagnosed until later stages. Although low-dose CT scans have shown promise in high-risk populations in detecting lung cancer, it is not yet a generally accepted cancer screening method in the U.S. And whereas funding for lung cancer research falls short of that for other less fatal diseases, and furthermore, the survival rates of all cancers are directly related to the amount of funding available for research in their early detection and treatment and potentially cures. The survival rate of breast cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancers have all increased dramatically as more federal funding has been made available to researchers focusing on these cancer sites, whereas only about 5% of federal funding is spent on cancer research for lung cancer. Let it be known that the town of Riverhead wishes to recognize the comparison of hard work of the Lung Cancer Survivors Foundation, whose mission is to support, empower, and advocate for all these affected by lung cancer. Now, I, therefore, Sean Walter, Town Supervisor of the Town of Riverhead, along with the Town Board, hereby proclaim August 1st, 2017 as Lung Cancer Awareness Day to bring awareness to this deadly disease and celebrate a potential cure. We salute the men and women who dedicate themselves to the prevention, detection, and treatment of lung cancer. We support every individual, every family, every caregiver struggling with lung cancer as they continue to fight with courage and dignity. And we pause to remember those that we have lost. We look forward to a day where the world is cancer-free. What bothers me about this one statement is we put these ridiculous taxes on cigarettes, and the money doesn't necessarily go to things like lung cancer awareness. So that's really bothersome. Ms. Baldwin, on behalf of the town board, we'd like to give you this proclamation. Maybe you could say a few words to the young folks here.
Well, the reason that I got involved with this is because I lost both my father and my brother to lung cancer. My brother only lived a year and a half after he was diagnosed, but he made friends with a woman named Betsy Thompson, who had the same cancer, the same stage that he did, and she's still with us. She's going into her 11th year now of being cancer-free. She had different treatment than my brother, and she never smoked. My brother smoked, but she didn't. So there was so little support groups out there at that time in 2008 that she took her energy and she put it into beginning this Lung Cancer Survivors Foundation. There's no cost, there's no money collected. It's totally free. It's like a support group for those that are battling it, suggestions on how to proceed, where they could get help, and just to be there, because if you've gone through it, no one understands it better than the person that has it. So I'm involved with it because of my brother Paul, and because of Betsy, and because we want to see change. We want to see those survival rates go up from 5% to a fighting chance. And so we're very grateful that the town honors this foundation every year, and we're very thankful for it.
All right, we're going to invite Julie O'Neill up. Julie, just got a little sticker right there. What was on it?
It says Julie O'Neill.
Julie is the employee of the second quarter. And where's the Labor Management? Labor Management Committee, come on up, Labor Management Committee, where are you? Come on up, Labor Management Committee, because I want you guys to talk about this and Julie and the nomination. And come on up here. Do you want to?
Are you going to read it?
I'm gonna.
Want me to read it? Okay.
Well, let's go ahead, step up front here. So Julie works in the town clerk's office, and this is the Labor Management Committee, and I think it's fitting that Diane reads the proclamation for Julie for the employee of the second quarter.
So we're here honoring Julie O'Neill upon the occasion of receiving the Town of Riverhead Employee of the Second Quarter for 2017. Whereas it is both fitting and proper that the town board and residents of the Town of Riverhead join in recognizing an individual who has provided an outstanding public service to the Town of Riverhead. And whereas, in order to provide a mechanism to recognize exceptional employees and upon the recommendation of the Labor Management Committee, the Employee of the Quarter program has been established. And whereas Julie O'Neill has demonstrated initiative and the utmost care carrying out the responsibilities of her position as Deputy Town Clerk with a diligent and eager attitude, and let it be known that as a result of Julie O'Neill's hard work and dedication, the Labor Management Committee has recently named her Employee of the Quarter for the second quarter of 2017. And furthermore, the Town Board wishes to congratulate employee Julie O'Neill for being chosen by the Riverhead Town Labor Management Committee as Employee of the Quarter in consideration of her efficient and courteous performance while fulfilling her professional obligation to the town of Riverhead. And now therefore be it proclaimed that he, Sean Walter, Supervisor of the town of Riverhead.
You don't have to read that part.
Oh, come on. Along with the entire town board, do hereby congratulate Julie O'Neill on being bestowed the Employee of the Quarter Award and urge all citizens and employees join in sustaining public awareness of this vital member of our town throughout the year. Proclaimed this first day of August 2017.
From the Labor Management Committee, want to say something?
Oh, Diane will, okay. Well, all those things that we've said about Julie are absolutely true. Julie is such an outstanding employee. People come to me and tell me all the time after she's helped them in our office how kind and attentive she is to them. She's an outstanding employee. This is to anybody who comes into the town, anybody who comes in and is looking for information from the building department. She'll carefully guide them through the process and help them get to the building department or the county center. They come in all the time looking for information from the county center, and Julie might even just go on the computer, look up the directions, print them out, get the phone number, get the times they're open. Yeah. And aside from all that, she keeps us laughing every single day.
Yeah.
So she's a pleasure to have in the office.
Julie, thank you. Would
Thank
like to
you,
say
thank
something?
you. No, just thank you, everybody.
For all the work.
What does she get? Does she get anything?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Day off with pay.
Yeah, then don't applaud, just throw money, right? What's the matter now?
That's how
Day off with pay.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Well, now she does. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is well deserved.
Yes.
I should have
Very
said- I
nice.
should have said he's a marriage officiant. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, next we're gonna do the awards for the National Night Out. Every year, the Riverhead Town Police Department does a program throughout the community called National Night Out. It goes back many, many years. I know I used to wear the dog suit 30, 40 years ago. Lieutenant Bowden has been part of this program since as far back as I can remember. They go out in the community, they have block parties where the community comes out, they put their outdoor lights on from 7 to 10 at night, and they basically are saying, we're not gonna let the bad guys come into our neighborhood. And it just organizes people, it gives people in the neighborhood a better idea to watch out for your neighbor's house. If you're home, maybe your neighbor works, and they know to call into the police, and it's been pretty successful over the years with people calling stuff in. So this is something that the police department has done for many years. And in combination with National Night Out, they run a poster contest through our summer recreation program. And they break it down into 3 age groups, 9 to 12-year-olds, 7 and 8-year-olds, and 5 and 6-year-olds. And we pick poster winners on National Night Out. It's explained to the kids what the program is, and then they make some nice posters up, and a lot of times they're hanging here for a good amount of times for everybody to see. So the winners are posted up there now, and what I'd like to do now is call the names out of the winners for each age category. It looks like for the 5 and 6-year-olds, I have for second place, I have Edward Stackavicius. And I apologize if I mispronounced.
That's pretty good, actually.
Okay. He's gonna be receiving Toys R Us gift certificate. courtesy of the Riverhead PVA. So excellent job, Edward. Congratulations. Edward, you can stay right up here because we're going to take a picture of everybody once they all come up.
Congratulations, very good, good job. There you go.
First place winner in the 5 and 6-year-old category is Bianca Ribeiro. Bianca? And Bianca, courtesy of Splish Splash, is getting 2 tickets to Splish Splash.
Yeah, let's go.
On a day like
Yeah.
today, that's a nice prize. Congratulations, Bianca.
All right, there's the tickets. Very good, congratulations.
7 and 8-year-old, we have 4 place winners, and the 4th place comes to Harrison Proctor. Harrison here?
Harrison, there you go. There you go.
Courtesy of the Long Island Aquarium, Harrison has tickets to the Long Island Aquarium. Congratulations, Harrison. 3rd place in the 7 and 8-year-olds is Alex Sliwak. Alex, come on up. Alex also will be getting tickets to the Long Island Aquarium, courtesy of the Long Island Aquarium.
Great job.
Second place is Alfred Marshall in the 7 and 8-year-olds. Alfred, come on up. Alfred will be, courtesy of Riverhead PBA, is getting a Toys R Us gift certificate.
There you go. There you go, Alfred. Great job.
Congratulations. First place in the 7 and 8-year-olds is Jason Brabant. Come on up, Jason. Courtesy of Splish Splash, Jason will be receiving 2 tickets to Splish Splash.
There you go. There you go. There you go, Jason. That's the tickets. Congrats. Very good.
9 to 12-year-olds. 3rd place winner, we have Colette Sitar. Courtesy of Long Island Aquarium, she's going to be getting tickets to the aquarium.
Great job.
Stay here.
Okay, 2nd place goes to Gabrielle Thornton, who couldn't make it today, and courtesy of Riverhead PBA, she's going to be getting a Toys R Us gift certificate. 1st place in the 9 to 12-year-olds is Kevin Hubbard. That name sounds familiar. Yay! Kevin will be receiving 2 tickets to Splish Splash, courtesy of Splish Splash.
There you go. Congratulations. Good job, guys.
Nice.
Why don't we all just...
All right, why don't we turn around so everybody can take a picture?
Mom and dads, if you want to come up and grab some shots up here, certainly you're more than welcome to
Yeah,
do
no, I get
so.
it.
Maybe the kids can come up by you.
Kids, why don't you
You guys
come
go
back?
up there, they all are, that would be
We're
better.
back up with
Like a wedding, yeah,
go.
come on,
There you go.
come on over here.
Behind this?
Yeah, we got that. A lot of cameras going.
Look at the camera, guys. Look at the camera.
Guys.
Which one?
There's about 50.
We have paparazzi over there.
You guys are special. All right, guys, look that way. Look this way towards the press now.
Smile, good job, Pete, on the
Okay.
All right, thank you, folks.
Thank
All
you,
right.
guys. Congratulations, everybody.
If the town board would just stay down here for a second, we have something that, a little out of
Thank
order.
you, Lieutenant. Thank you. Thank you.
We weren't sure we were gonna be able to do this, but Gio was able to get the sign. Mrs. Latterly, come up. Mrs. Latterly, can you come up, because,
I think it's the sister. His wife, It's,
so, I'm gonna read the resolution, Mrs. Latterly. Pleasure to meet you, I haven't met you. And I look forward to walking on 20th Street with its new name. Your sister? No? So, this authorizes the designation of a secondary name of 20th Street in honor of Suffolk County EMS Chief and of the Waiting Chief and Waiting Room Fire District Commissioner Thomas Latterly. Whereas Thomas Latterly was born in Brooklyn, New York, but grew up in Wading River in the town of Riverhead, attended Riverhead Public Schools, graduated from the Riverhead High School, and proudly served his community as a dedicated 35-year volunteer member of the Wading River Fire Department, voted for many times. Whereas he was an emergency medical services educator. He was responsible for training thousands of EMTs in Suffolk County and actually across the nation. Whereas as a career paramedic, Thomas Latterly faithfully performed his duties with the highest level of compassion and professionalism with Suffolk County Fire and Emergency Medical Services community since 1981, and the University Hospital Stony Brook's Critical Care Transport Team since 1988. And whereas the desire of the Riverhead Town Board to honor the memory of Thomas Latterly by designating a secondary name to 20th Street in Wading River as Thomas Latterly Street as a tribute to this dedicated commitment and dedicated commitment and heroic obligation, having served the residents of the town of Riverhead for 35 years as a volunteer firefighter, chief and commissioner of the Wading River Fire Department. Now it therefore be resolved, the Riverhead Town Board hereby authorizes the designation of the secondary name to 20th Street as Thomas Latterly Street. So we're doing this in honor. Now, we'd give you this, but you'd have to put it up. So we'll put it up for you.
All right.
We're gonna let the fire department know too, so they can all be down there. Gio's gonna help us coordinate.
George Woodson, the highway superintendent, did this. And he's going to coordinate with the fire department, and we'll put it up. So you don't have to climb the ladder and put it up. We'll take care of it.
But if you wanna stand and hold the sign, the two of you,
Why don't
and then
you
we
turn
can take
around?
a picture.
Yeah.
But
Come
not
here.
with them.
Turn around here.
You need a hug.
Why don't we have them sign
Go ahead.
it? Yeah. Does she wanna hold the other side?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jody, can you move up?
Oh, good, Joy.
We'll have a
On
dedication
both
when
sides.
it's done.
Tim?
John,
That way. There
there
you
you
go.
go. Now we can see everyone.
Like somebody handsome in here.
I still can't see Tim.
You can't see Tim?
Move over to your right, Tim, just to the step.
Do we know you're good? Come over here. Come over here,
Stay
Joy.
there, okay.
Here.
All right, that's, now we got everybody. Mr. Dunleavy, look this way, please.
What a beautiful sign.
Thank
All right, we're gonna take that back so we can put it up.
That's right, okay?
Well, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take it back to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
See you again.
Thank you very much. All right, now we can get started. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, good. All right, now we're gonna get started with the regular business of the town. John, you wanna make a motion?
I want to make a motion that we approve the minutes of the July 18, 2017 meeting. So moved.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, vote please, you can keep that.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Iglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The minutes are approved. Let's see here. Under reports, the building department submitted their monthly report for July, $140,187.75. Under correspondence, Barbara Glass sent a letter with comments regarding BDEIS for Riverview Lofts. IGHL sent notification of intent to establish and operate an individual residential alternative at 312 Oakley Avenue, Bating Hollow. Long Island Housing Partnership and affiliates sent a letter supporting developments such as Riverview Lofts and the growth it brings to the town of Riverhead and Suffolk County. And that's it.
All right, any other town reports? Town committee reports?
I have a couple. I know the Friday Night Concert Series has been going really fantastic. Last week we had the Sound Symphony. A lot of people came out for it. This Friday is the Riverhead Community Band, which if anybody knows Riverhead knows it used to be the old, no doubt world famous Monday night band. But they normally play in Mitchell Park, but they happen to have this Friday free, so they're all coming out. It's a 50-piece band. Should be a great concert this Friday. And also, I want to wish Tim a very happy birthday today.
It's your birthday?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Timothy. Happy birthday to you.
I remember that, I didn't share it with my
Hey,
buddies.
hey, back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, well, that was good. Any other committee reports or
I just
birthdays?
have one. Live at 25 was last Thursday. We had a great crowd. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and we had no rain, like the first one we had. So we're not having one this Thursday. The following Thursday, we another Live at 25, and everybody come down, because you do have a great time. There's a lot of food, a lot of restaurants, and everybody is showcasing their beer. So, come on down and enjoy yourself.
All right, good. Anybody else?
Sunday, August 6th, the cardboard boat race. That's this coming Sunday. Jim, what time is it 11?
Yeah, registration starts at 9.
At 9, okay.
First race will kick off at 12.
Okay.
Yeah, first race, huh?
First race,
That's me.
yep.
As we get to see
12
the
o'clock.
supervisor lose.
If you want to see
Saturday.
the supervisor lose in a race again in a cardboard boat, be there.
Listen, I got it all planned
You
out.
got beat by a woman for many years. so just
Timothy
throwing
Hill
that out
Children's Ranch is building my boat, so I'm a shoo-in at this point because I'm gonna have a lot of prayer behind that boat, so,
It's a great event. If you've never been to it, you gotta come.
There really
It's
is a
just-
great event.
It's unbelievable.
'cause that's when you lose. All right, any other reports? No? All right, let's get started. We have, two public hearings. The first one was scheduled for 2:05, it is now 2:27. We open the public hearing for the consideration of a proposed local law to amend Chapter 289 entitled Vehicles and Traffic and Parking Regulations of the Riverhead Town Code, Article 4, Parking, Standing, Stopping, certain hours, road leading to water on Meeting House Creek Road. So, John, did this come out of traffic safety?
Yeah, this is, because of at the end of Mean House Creek Road, it's desolate, it's not the water, and people are going there at night and, doing strange things. So in order to try to stop those things, we are putting no parking from, 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the morning. And that still gives the coffee drinkers enough time to go down and drink coffee in the morning, but it gives the other activities no time. So, that was it.
It's a nice spot. I ate lunch there yesterday, as a matter of fact.
That's it.
All right, does anybody wish to be heard on this subject? All right, not seeing anybody, we'll close public comment portion, leave it open for written comment until August 11th, 2017, 4:30 in the town clerk's office. Without further ado, we have our second public hearing. It was scheduled for 2:10, it's now 2:28. And this is a consideration of a site plan application submitted by Georgia Green Ventures LLC, Riverview Lofts, for the consideration of a commercial retail building on the corner of 221 East Main Street and 31 McDermott Avenue, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 129-1-21N22. And I will, for the record, they have handed in their affidavits of posting. And David Gilmartin, I guess, will start the presentation for the applicant.
For the applicant, David Gilmartin Jr. from the law firm Farrell Fritz, Watermill, New York. I have with me today Stephen Jacobs, who's the architect, and he'll follow me and bring you through the site plan and the various details. There's also Chick Board, he's here, he's the environmental planner, and he'll take you through the environmental issues. Dave Gallo, the principal of Georgia Green, is here as well, and we have various other members, so hopefully we're able to answer any of your questions that you have. We're before this board today for site plan and a special permit to construct a 5-story building that would include retail, office, and a restaurant on the first floor, and then 4 stories to house 115 mixed-income rental units. Property is located at 211 East Main Street, and the second property is located at 31 McDermott Avenue. This board sees fit to grant this application. The properties will be merged as part of this process, so it'll become one property. It is located in a DC1 zoning district. I think the most important point, at least the one that I have to raise before you today, is this is an as-of-right application, except for the special permit. And that special permit is required because Georgia Green Ventures has voluntarily looked to increase the parking on the site. So the lot coverage, instead of being 80%, is 93%. The additional 13% is attributed to the additional parking that Georgia Green Ventures is providing. That additional parking is on top of an as-of-right parking, but also remember, we're in the parking district, so we don't have to provide any parking. So the special permit is really an accommodation to some of the input that we've had both from this board, from the Landmarks Commission, and the ARB to try and maximize the parking on site. To that end, we obtained zoning board relief to reduce both the size of the individual spaces and the turnaround area. This let us accommodate 55 spaces. I think as of right, we were somewhere in the low 30s. And again, we've gotten approval from the Landmarks Commission, from the zoning board, and from the ARB. Under your town code, section 301-314, which governs special permits, you have to make certain determinations. And those determinations you have to consider under the light of what we're asking for. And again, we're asking for an additional 13% lot coverage so that we may increase the parking that we're able to provide on this site and relieve any parking issues that may be happening in the downtown area. Anecdotally, we've looked at the parking in the area, and both at 7 in the morning and 7 at night, there's plenty of parking in and around this particular property. But again, we were asked by the community and the board, so we're very willing to do that. And that's the only reason why we need a special permit, and it's not a fully as-of-right project. And again, Section 314 makes you make certain determinations. And I would say in light of that 13% additional lot coverage, that will not impair the use or development of other properties. In fact, I think it reduces any impact that this property and its development would have on the surrounding community. The additional parking is an advantage to the neighborhood, not a disadvantage. The health, safety, and welfare of the town will not be adversely affected. Again, I think it's a positive that Georgia Green Ventures has done this. Finally, the additional parking in the downtown area will be in and will promote the general purposes of the zoning chapter. And again, I mean, it's a big project, but the special permit is very limited to that issue. In considering the project and its impact, and you look at the site plan, we are entirely consistent with the urban renewal plan that this board adopted in its form when it existed in 2008. And it makes the downtown vital by replacing a blighted site that hasn't been occupied since Superstorm Sandy with a mixed use. And again, the urban renewal plan calls for that. It creates a pedestrian-friendly streetscape with retail, office, restaurant, and then residential uses on the higher floors. It's a multifamily development. It removes a dilapidated building and it replaces it with an environmentally friendly design and construction. It reduces blight and incorporates natural amenities in the area, including waterfront. It's an ambitious project, and I'm sure you're wondering, is Georgia Green Ventures able to pull this off? Let me give you a quick background on Georgia Green Ventures. The principal is Dave Gallo. Over his career, he's created 3,500 rental units, a 15-year career. In the past 4 years, Georgia Green Ventures has closed on $284 million in loans. They've constructed, since 2013, 225 units. They currently have 312 units under construction. They have the fundings and approval to build 66 units today in Southampton. They have the experience and the means and the capability of delivering a project that Riverhead will be proud of. I'm going to ask Stephen Jacobs to come in to take you through the particular facts of the site plan, and then I would ask Chick Voorhees to follow him to talk about the environmental impacts.
Thank you very much. My name is Stephen Jacobs. I'm the president of the Stephen B. Jacobs Group, located at 381 Park Avenue South in New York City.
Please swear in.
Yep. Mr. Jacobs, will you raise your right hand, repeat after me? Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
We are the architects for this project, and as has been mentioned, this project was designed in conformity with the urban renewal plan as far as density, height, and the only issue is the issue that we are seeking a special permit for, which is the slight increase in lot coverage as a result of providing 55 parking spaces that are not required and that we are doing because we feel it's the right thing to do. We've met with the ARP and the Landmarks Commission several times over the last few months, and we've reached a consensus on the design of the building. The design of the building, again, the height of the building meets the maximum allowable height of 60 feet. It has a ground floor that contains restaurants, both north and south, and as much retail continuity along McDermott Street as possible. We have restricted the residential uses on McDermott Street to the public spaces in the building, such as the lounge and the recreation room, etc., to create a sense of transparency and invigorate the walk along McDermott Street. We have chosen to clad the building in brick, which is the most predominant material in Riverhead, predominantly red brick, which is very, very common. But we used two colors of brick in order to create interest in the building with a very interesting interlocking system. So these are not straight lines. The brick colors actually interlock. The part of the consensus that has been achieved through the initiative of the ARB and the Landmarks Commission is at the center of the block. We are setting the building back and creating an outer court which gives some relief to the continuity of the facade, and that is the main entrance to the building. We've also set back portions of the 5th floor, and you can see this is an eye-level view, that the portion that we have set back so that that portion is not visible from the street. Even the rear facade of the building, which will be covered up by future developments, still uses brick detailed in a similar fashion as the exterior material. I think that more or less gives you a sense of the project that we have designed. What you're seeing here is the facade of the building on Main Street, where we have introduced a very interesting vertical lighting detail that will enhance the building and create interest for the building as you walk down Main Street. So I'm going to stop my presentation at the moment, and I certainly will welcome any questions that you might have.
Mr. Voorhees, if you would raise your right hand, Bob.
Yes, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name and affiliations for the record.
Good afternoon, members of the board, town staff. My name is Chick Voorhees of the firm Nelson, Pope and Voorhees. We have offices at 572 Walt Whitman Road in Melville. I've appeared here many times. I am a certified environmental professional and a certified planner. I'm very familiar with this site and the area, and I was retained by the applicant to examine environmental planning issues and prepare environmental documents. Basically, I'm in agreement with what Mr. Gilmartin and Mr. Jacobs have indicated. This site has been planned for this use through a series of planning studies that dates back many years. The East Main Street Urban Renewal Plan established many of the criteria that were established for the purpose of creating the zoning. The Brownfields Opportunity Area Study reaffirmed these conditions. And in fact, the DC1 zoning is in place for this property and has been for some time. This type of development was expected in this area, and it is planned because, as I said, the zoning is in place. It's very important and very beneficial to be known that this is a workforce and next-generation housing project. In terms of the company that performs these types of developments, it really equates essentially to what would be market housing in many other areas. But for the purpose of downtown revitalization, this addresses the needs and goals of the town as outlined in town planning studies, as I said, dating back many years. As Mr. Jacobs said, the DC1 district allows the use, it allows the height, and it allows the density of the proposed development. So the applicant has relied on that zoning, which is in place. Again, just a very brief repeat that this is in the historic district of the town, the downtown area. And the ARB has been reviewing this, and I understand that all of their criteria and issues have been addressed. There are a few minor architectural detail suggestions that have been incorporated into the project. As was indicated, actually, I don't know if anyone has yet, but the site plan does require variances, 6 variances. They all relate to the size of parking stalls and the access to the parking facilities. And Mr. Jacobs indicated that, that is part of this design, and David Gilmartin indicated the reasons for it, that there is a need for additional parking. We are in the downtown parking district, therefore no parking is required. However, we are providing 55 parking stalls on site. And these stalls are modified to fit within the columns and design of the building so that they can be accommodated. So some will be needed for compact cars, and they don't exactly meet the town's dimensional requirements. That's handled by the ZBA, and I understand that they have taken this up and considered it and are satisfied that their criteria have been met. And again, Mr. Gilmartin mentioned the special permit, which really just relates to the coverage. The most recent number that I have seen is that we are at 91.75%, which is just a small percentage less than what David said. And we have evaluated the special permit criteria. As David mentioned, 301-314, A through D, outline 4 criteria. But there's also some additional ones under 301-312, A through R. 18 additional considerations. And I'm not going to go through each of one of them, but I will tell you that we have prepared a detailed environmental document, and they're addressed in table S-3 on page S-9 of that document. And also, again, just a repeat, table 2-2 on 2-9, page 2-9 of the document. And we believe that we meet all of the special permit criteria. The site, again, because it's planned for this area, it's in a sewer district, it's in a water district. Measures are ongoing for all of the review, payment of fees, map and plan, and all of the design and engineering aspects to accommodate that. And Galley Engineering is the project engineer. There is a representative here if there are any questions. But I'm really just pointing out that the infrastructure is in place for this development. So in terms of water supply and wastewater disposal, those items have been accommodated. And as I do environmental reports, those are often considerations, but it's provided for here. David went into some detail about the parking district, and that we are providing 55 stalls that are not currently required, and we are in the downtown parking district. The site is a blighted site. I think you can see that since flooding damage has occurred, this applicant has been pursuing approvals through the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery. And in fact, Gozer has issued a finding of no significant impact. So they are anxious to see this site revitalized and to provide support for the purpose of doing so. I believe that this use will help to anchor this portion of East Main Street. We're talking about the areas east to McDermott Avenue, and it's an area that we know is underutilized and effectively in blight because of the flooding conditions and the lack of occupancy, and this is exactly what is needed in this area. It's also what all the planners talk about at the planning conferences across the nation, and this is what other towns and villages are doing to revitalize their downtowns. So just a brief couple of comments on the environmental documentation. We did prepare a voluntary draft environmental impact statement. It was submitted in June. We did receive comments from the town, which were extremely helpful. Those have been fully addressed, and that document has been resubmitted to the town. It includes a detailed assessment of land use, zoning, and land use plans, including the East Main Street Urban Renewal Plan, the BOA, and the comprehensive plan, as well as other plans, including coastal zone management policies and many other things. It includes an assessment of community services and the ability of this project to be sustained by on-site community services and in the area. There's a detailed transportation portion with parking analysis and updates. Detailed section on water resources, soils, just from the standpoint really of construction, as well as cultural and visual resources. And the document does include an economic assessment that I'll very briefly summarize. I'm actually almost complete. Based on those reports and studies, we have not identified any unmitigated environmental impacts associated with this project. And that's as documented in the voluntary draft EIS. In terms of economic benefit, many towns seek to encourage construction, number one, because of construction jobs. And this will generate 123 direct construction jobs with the salaries that go with them. As we look at the ripple effect on the economy and how that benefits the area, just through buying and spending and materials and products, the total number of jobs, including direct, indirect, and induced jobs, is 344 due to construction. And there's a total economic output of over $63 million, again, during the construction phase. For the operational phase, there's an estimate of 32 direct jobs in the downtown area at different levels. And considering that, along with, again, the ripple effect on the economy that results in direct, indirect, and induced jobs, the total number of operational jobs is 42, with a total economic output of $4.5 million. This is in appendix, actually I don't remember the appendix, but I'll get it for you. It's in the environmental document that we've submitted. Also, the residents of this development will support and patronize the businesses in the downtown area. And that's, again, why this type of revitalization is important. It brings vitality to the downtown, and it helps support existing businesses that can benefit from that support. So we have identified significant economic benefits in connection with the project. So just in summary, the project conforms to the comprehensive plan, the East Main Street Urban Renewal Plan, the Brownfield Opportunity Area Plan. We've analyzed the New York State Coastal Zone Management policies in the environmental document and have submitted that documentation to the Department of State, and we believe we comply with the applicable coastal zone management policies. The site has sewer, water, parking, and infrastructure, as well as any utilities to support the project. There is a market demand for this type of project. Again, it's fairly logical, but workforce and next generation housing is desirable throughout all markets, and there is a significant demand. As I said, the applicant has relied on the DC1 zoning that has been in place, has made application, and made a substantial investment, not only in the soft costs to get this here today, but will make a major investment in the community, and that's what's resulting in those economic numbers that I referenced before. This will help to revitalize the downtown. It is pursuant to your plans, and I would urge you to move as quickly as possible toward approval. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Voorhees. Mr. Gilmartin, do you have anything else to add? All right, if you, does the board have any questions?
Yeah,
before
can I
move
just
forward?
have one question? I don't
Mr.
think
Voorhees, I think he's, Mr. Voorhees?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it was stated, the main entrance is gonna be at McDermott Avenue,
That's
not on
correct.
Main Street, because everybody says East Main Street, McDermott. Actually, it's gonna be McDermott and East Main Street, because everybody's gonna be parked on McDermott Avenue, and not many cars will be on Main Street when they pull up to the main entrance. Am I correct in that?
You are exactly correct, Mr. Dunleavy.
Okay, so that's, I just want people to know that the traffic on Main Street will not be bothered by this with people trying to park to pull into the building.
100% correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no other board questions, we'll open up to the public. If anybody wishes to be heard on this matter, just step up to the podium and you can, if there's several, you can line up to the next person can line up.
Good afternoon, I'm Georgia Case. I am a resident of downtown here and have been my whole life.
I'm gonna
And
stop for a second. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
I might be late to the table with these comments, but I feel that I have to express my personal opinions. I'm personally concerned about Riverhead's wonderful Peconic River and the lack of availability for viewing the river and wildlife that surrounds it. 5-story buildings of any kind do not belong on the south side of Main Street, blocking the view of the river. This town should encourage residents and visitors to stroll along the river, to picnic there, not hide it from view with multi-story housing, retail, or office structures. More open space should be sought to allow viewing of our wonderful asset, the Peconic River, from Main Street. 5-story or even 3-story buildings along the south side of Main Street should be avoided, as the saying goes, like the plague. Unfortunately, the town is allowing this riverfront to become the Peconic River gated community. While there will be no gate blocking residents from accessing the riverfront, we who enjoy going down there to picnic or just sit and watch the foot traffic will no longer be able to do so with the amount of cars generated from the retail, restaurants, and housing taking up the parking spaces. By my estimate, this building in question could generate as many as 1,000 plus cars. Where will I find a parking space to sit and relax, excuse me, with my 90-plus-year-old mother? The lack of preservation of the Peconic riverfront is sad. It should be enjoyed by all, not just those who live in this 5-story monstrosity. Sad. You are building a wall along the Peconic River that will not give us access to enjoy its calming effects. I personally urge the town board to reject the 5-story project along with any similar projects in the future, and to immediately change zoning to the south side of Main Street. In a not too distant future, people will be coming to Riverhead and they will ask, where is the river? We don't see any water. if the builders of this building had any regard for the aesthetics of our Main Street, they wouldn't be proposing this 5-story building, no matter what the proposed architectural type is. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? Yes, if you're going to speak, please come and line up behind the podium. Hi, if you could-
Hi, Cherie Worth. I own Diggers on Main Street.
Bob,
Congratulations. Great place to be.
just was with your husband.
Swear the testimony
You're
you're
gonna
about to give
dumpsters.
will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
I just want to ask the board to really consider approving this and let you know that we have a business and parking is an issue, but it's not always a bad issue. When all those parking spots are full, that means our restaurant is full. And we have employees that have families, we have our own family that we need to support. And so the thought of all this increased foot traffic really makes me happy because it's just potential business for us and we need it. So I just want you to consider this and push it forward.
Thank you, Ms. Worth. Does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? Yes.
Hi, Kristen Reyes, Hotel Indigo.
Swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
The name again?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
What was your name again, miss?
Kristen Reyes, Reyes. I'm just here real quick to say that Hotel Indigo and my family, the Salvaticos, are in support of this project. We have known Dave Gallo for years, and we believe in his projects, and we really feel strongly that Dave would create a beautiful space in downtown Riverhead. And we look forward to a more lively and positive downtown.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else wish to be heard?
Ron Hariri, Aquabog.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So sworn.
Thank you.
First of all, I really want to congratulate the supervisor and the rest of the town board for finally arriving at the 21st century. I may not have the same lineage as my good friend Jim Wooten. We don't have generations of Hariris in Riverhead like the Wootens. But I have watched this downtown deteriorate to an eyesore, to an embarrassment. And this project is exciting, it's tremendous, we all need to encourage it, and I think this is exactly what a young town, a town that's on the way up, needs and deserves. So keep up the good work, and let's see some more of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Does anybody else wish to be heard?
Hi, Janine Zeltman, Riverhead.
Praise
Do you
you.
swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
My concern, I am not in favor of this project. The flooding on the river, I've worked downtown for 30-some-odd years. I've seen the river come up. My biggest concern with this big project of this size is the school district. I have a daughter who just graduated from Riverhead, and I know the school district is struggling now with room. There is no game plan to build any new schools or to add on to our schools. And a project of this size and continuing to allow projects of this size is just detrimental to our school district. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? All right, not seeing anybody. Okay,
hand,
guys,
one hand.
you gotta line up, because if we close the hearing, you're gonna be out of luck.
Good afternoon. Connie Lissandro. I'm independent consultant for Georgia Green.
Connie, you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I want to submit for the record, we have over 12 letters of support for the project. I do want to, I'm not going to read them, promise you I won't bore you, but I do want to highlight that we received one from Peconic Medical Center in Northwell. As the largest employer here in Riverhead, they are in full support of this project and look forward to additional housing for many of their healthcare workers and their doctors and nurses. So I will submit them to the town clerk for the record. And it just seems to me that the Riverview Lofts is the right development. It's in the right place. It's the right time, and I strongly urge you to support it. And I will add, as a resident, homeowner, and a taxpayer of Riverhead, living in Bating Hollow, I fully support the revitalization of our downtown. And I have to say, during my professional career as Nassau County Director of Housing, and during the administration of Tom Swazi, the vision of a cool downtown. And when I brought Dave Gallo down to Riverhead to meet the town board and the supervisor, this is what I had in mind. And, you know, it is for our young adults, for our baby boomers. They're looking for rental housing in the downtown. And I know firsthand, through my son-in-law and daughter who had for many years a deli in Jamesport, that it's challenging and it's hard work. So we need to work with our downtown business owners towards making it a viable, walkable community, a sense of place. And yes, parking is a critical component, but we will find solutions. This can be done, it should be done, and it will be done. And I know personally, Dave Gallo is committed to helping being part of the solution, not the problem. And Riverhead could not be more fortunate, and I'm proud that Dave Gallo is our developer for downtown Riverhead. So I leave you with, teamwork makes the dream work. Let's all join together in making Riverhead a showcase to be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Costanzo. Thank you, Diane. Let the record reflect that those were turned in.
Swear the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help
Yes,
you
I
God.
do.
Thank you.
Angela DeVito, South Jamesport. There's no question that here in Riverhead, we need, whether you call it workforce housing, next generation housing, affordable housing, it's needed. There also is no question that in the downtown area, we have a parking issue. We are currently, as I understand, or already have submitted a grant to do a study for downtown parking. Monies are coming there, and it would seem prudent not to throw away a project that's being proposed to us, but to perhaps not move helter-skelter forward with it until you have that issue of parking and all of those options that could then be considered by this project as they go forward. As Connie just pointed out, working together in teamwork, we need to put all of those pieces together, and it's the concept of when is the process and when is the next step going to be that's appropriate. And it would seem to me that having in place that parking plan first is the first step in the process of, as you have projects such as Mr. Gallo is proposing, coming to downtown to say, this is what we have here, so when you move forward with whatever it is you're providing or whatever it is that you intend to be able to use within the parking district, as of right, has been pointed out, that's part of that plan that you have adopted as a town board, not where you adopt a parking plan after there already is consideration for projects moving into and developing that are going to impact perhaps negatively. They may not, but they may impact negatively on that particular parking plan. It seems irresponsible not to establish a sort of procedure and way in which you're going to approach this issue downtown. I mean, right now, if you listen to one side of the street, everyone is screaming about parking in the back because of housing that was already put up there. If you listen to others, they view a parking issue as meaning that their business is busy. The thing is that we need, as a town, to develop a plan that's appropriate for downtown and will move us into the future and allow us to accommodate. 115 units is a significant number of people, plus their guests, because they're not going to be prohibited from having guests, to bring into your downtown area. And how are you going to accommodate them in the future there? There is a responsibility that the parking district has, not just to the residents of Riverhead, but also to the project proposal people on how they are going to be able to access and utilize their as-of-right parking district spaces. And so it just seems that you need to establish a procedure, a step-by-step procedure on how you're going to do this. And it is a good project. It's a very, very interesting project. But perhaps the site that they've chosen is not appropriate. We also have blighted area on 2nd and 3rd Street, and that might address some of the issues that Ms. Case has brought up about the Peconic River as a asset and something that everyone in the town of Riverhead should be able to access, as well as all of our visitors become aware of. Thank you.
Mr. Gallo, project sponsor.
Swear testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Supervisor, Town Board. Thank you for the opportunity to present our project, Riverview Lofts. Dave Gilmartin, Chick Voorhees, Stephen Jacob, all presented very, very technical facts about our proposed development, and I'm happy that they did that. But I go back to when I had first come here about 4 or 5 years ago.
November 2011, I remember it was right after we won the election. It's time to get started with Main Street, and Connie brought you to my office. That's how long this has been in the works.
And my wife reminds me.
We did not jump into this quickly, folks.
It was actually right before then, and prior to our meeting, that I had visited the aquarium with my 2 daughters and my wife, and it was right then when I had sort of solidified what Connie had been saying, and there was a farmer's market that was going on. We just had ended our 2 or 3 hour stay at the aquarium, and it was at that point that I realized that I wanted to be part of the growth, part of the rise up here in Riverhead. I thought it was one of the most beautiful, magnificent places on the river. It's been something that our office has worked very, very hard on over the last 4 or 5 years, and we're excited to be here, and we're excited that we've worked with the community, we've heard their concerns, we've tried adapting and accommodating, and should this move forward, we will continue to. We've never left a community after these hearings. We continue to work with, we continue to be positive aspects to the long-term viability, and we're just very appreciative to have this opportunity. Over the last 4 or 5 years, we've managed to garner a lot of support through banking, through other grants, and we've put together over $50 million. And every time I go, I am never more impassioned to tell everyone about how great we think Riverhead is and how it could continue to grow. So thank you all, and we appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Gallo.
Thank you.
Ms. Lynch, if you could raise your right hand.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Michelle Lynch, Riverhead resident. I know that one of the biggest concerns, I know the zoning is already approved for, the height of the apartments, and that's a big concern for a lot of people. But the big issue seems to be the parking, and I think a good solution would be, and I've spoken to David Gallo about this, would be for his project and all projects that are on Main Street that are being built, to put some kind of financing together to build a parking garage. We know there's the property where they did the courts, but you can do a parking garage that's very green with outside. But I think that's something you need to consider moving forward, is to work with these builders to come up with some financing towards a parking garage, so it's not all on the town. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? We're going to wrap up this afternoon.
Not tonight yet.
I think it is still afternoon, I hope so.
This afternoon.
Just a few remarks to clear up a couple of the comments that I heard. First of all, Ms. Case did talk about views and the relationship of this site to the river. If you, and you're very familiar with the area, of course, you recognize that this is a private site and that you can't currently see the river from north of this site at this time. So effectively, there's really no change in that aspect to the river. This project is actually set back from the river, and of course, the town parking and walkways and the beauty of the river remains intact. So I don't see where that's really an issue, but I just wanted to make that clarification. We're also improving drainage on the site. There may be little or no drainage, but we are containing, the engineer can correct me, but I did review the documents this week, and we're containing 4 inches of stormwater event. And that could have a substantial beneficial impact. The site does slope down toward the river, And if you don't have controlled runoff, you're going to have sheet runoff and channeled runoff toward the river, and this will control that. I did hear about parking from Ms. Case as well as Janine Zeltman. We updated parking counts. We did determine that there are 853 parking stalls in relationship to this site in that general area. And based on current counts, during weekdays, they're about half occupied. So that leaves about 451 stalls that are not occupied, again, based on our counts, which were done at the correct times. And on weekends, it just goes up a little, but about 60% were occupied, leaving about 333 stalls in the general area of the project. We did talk about providing on-site parking, and we believe, and documentation is included in Appendix C of the voluntary draft EIS that demonstrates this, but we believe that there's sufficient parking. And I heard one comment about the school district. I believe that was from Mrs. Zeltman as well, or Ms. Zeltman. And we did provide estimates of the number of school-aged children. It's a relatively small number based on the unit sizes. We did use the multipliers that are consistent with planning and demographic analysis from Rutgers, and they are questioned, but I can tell you that any other studies that are done generally come up with a lower number, and the empirical results of actual projects also come up with lower numbers. So we're very confident. And the total number that we estimated was about 14 school-aged children. So as you distribute that across a few grade levels, and as a pilot is negotiated for offsetting costs to the district, it's really a very small number. We did notify the school district. We sent them a letter, and they responded back that they don't take a position on development projects, and they will comply with the laws of New York State to educate the children.
It's
So
interesting,
those-
I just want to point out.
Yes, sir.
I had a conversation with one of the owners of Summerwin, not Councilwoman Giglio. There's one child, and I think there's 52 apartments in Summerwin, one child. So potentially there may be 2 children.
I'm not at all surprised. That would
Yeah.
be very consistent with what we've seen empirically. So,
All right.
okay, thank you for that
If-
opportunity.
Sal, Mastropolo?
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton.
Swear the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. I just have one quick question for the architect. The rendition that you show there, it appears that the building is on totally flat land. But McDermott drops dramatically. When the supermarket was there, the back end of the lot is almost like a story and a half lower than the front.
11 feet drop.
Can he just explain how the building is going to work into the hillside?
Yeah.
Because the front entrance looks level.
The other side.
Thank you very much. Yes, McDermott Street actually has a significant slope that slopes to the south towards the river, which has been incorporated into our building design. I also want to point out that the ground floor has been raised so it is above the 100-year FEMA flood elevation. So the previous problems on the site, and we have done and will provide wet and dry flood protection as required. And I think we've addressed that very well. As you can see, the height of the first floor increases as you go down, as you travel south along McDermott. So the ceiling heights at the south side of the site are significantly higher than on Main Street. We are providing, I believe, a 14-foot headroom for the restaurant on Main Street, which is a generous ceiling height for a restaurant.
Thank you. All right, does anybody else wish to be heard today? All right, not seeing anybody, I'm going to close the public comment and leave it open for 10 days for written comment. August 11th, 4:30 in the town clerk's office. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today, this afternoon. We're going to do resolutions. And Jill, can you see where Councilman Giglio is? Don't tell me my computer. Oh boy, hold on, Sal, my computer took a nap. Oh boy.
All right, just hit it.
I did.
Put your password in. And it'll come right back up to the, now you started your password before your screen was up. There you go.
You have another one?
What do you got?
Are these replacements? They're replacements.
What do you got, same one?
Yeah, no, this is a different one. This is a replacement for this 621 is a new one.
Okay, so there's one for her, one for me.
Is this for who, John?
That's an extra.
Did you get 621?
No.
Jim? John? Okay. I have 620 and 621. All right, Sal?
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton. Resolution 590.
590. All right, what do I have to hit? I know you guys tell me this every time. Control F. And what do I put in? What'd you say?
17059.
17059. Oh.
The second whereas, the fourth line down says, the Suffolk County Department of Civil Service has issued approval to fill this position on a provisional basis until such time when a certified list of eligibles for this title is issued. If it's a provisional basis, then how could you appoint her to the position of Community Development Project Supervisor?
Everyone,
It doesn't say provisional in the now therefore.
it's provisional. Everyone that anytime there's a list, which in this case there's a list, Civil Service allows you to appoint them to a provisional position. They have to score 1, 2, or 3 with, and if they don't score in the top 3 of Riverhead residents, they are dismissed. They have to be dismissed.
So then shouldn't in the now therefore be it resolved, shouldn't it say to the provisional position of Community Development Project Supervisor?
You're appointed provisionally. You're
Well-
not, it's not, the title's not provisional, but you're provisionally appointed. It doesn't matter what this says, we have to dismiss anybody that doesn't pass the list, the test. Doesn't, I mean,
It
I don't
almost
know
makes
that-
it sound like she's given the job.
She is,
Well, then,
Provisionally,
provisionally.
until she passes the test.
I think you should say that then. And if I'm not mistaken,
ever
isn't
say
she
that?
currently paid 100,000? If I recall, the last time when she was appointed to this provisional position?
Yes,
Thank you. Why are we giving her 10,000 more?
that's what we.
No, she wasn't paid that for this position.
No, not for this position. She was
That
paid
was
that as
her
a deputy town attorney.
Position as deputy attorney.
Right, right.
Isn't she sitting in the provisional position right now?
No, she's interim. We did the interviews.
Interim.
Yeah, she's interim. Now we're
At
making her.
100,000?
Now we're making her, she's going to occupy the position as any department head would, subject to passing that test.
At 10,000 more than what she's doing it on an interim basis?
That's correct.
Thank you. That's my point.
The other young lady in there made 114, 115 or something like that. More than that. Or 100, maybe it might have been 120. Yeah, wait, it was 100. No, it wasn't, because she got longevity and everything else. So no, it was, she's making, I think it was $10,000 more, less.
593. The second line down isn't very clear. It says, from qualified respondents for the establish a social model adult daycare. I don't understand what you're trying to say there.
Say, which one is it?
593, read the first line, the first whereas.
Could we use a different
To
word?
establish a social.
Should it be for the
model
establishment
adult
of a social
daycare.
model
To
adult
establish, it
daycare?
should say. To establish a social model adult daycare, it
Okay.
should say.
Okay, so we can amend that to 2. You got that, Bob?
Yep.
602. On the second page, the fourth resolve, we no longer have Chapter 90 applications. We have Chapter 255s. So change the Chapter 90 application fee to Chapter 255.
Okay. You got that, Bob? That's you guys, right?
Which one was that? 4-1?
There you go, Mr. Rubber Stamp.
Okay.
608, There's no mention of the dollar amount of the settlement in the resolution. Should it be there?
It's like yeah, we don't normally
Begs
put 'em
the
in.
question, how much did you settle for?
About $3,700, just under $3,800.
Okay.
Your fire hydrants range from $3,000 to $5,000. Don't hit a fire hydrant, folks. It's an expensive thing to replace.
610, you have this one already, right, Bob?
Yeah,
Okay.
this one's gonna have to be changed in 4 different spots. The address is wrong, it should be 1792 Middle Road, and then in the first resolved references Dawn Thomas, it should be myself, so that's gotta be changed. And wherever the 1773 is, it should be 1792.
611, the second whereas. Just take out the duplicate statement, law firm of, at the end of the line. It's in there twice. And that's it.
Got it.
All right, that's it, Sal?
Yep.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Anybody else wish to be heard on resolutions? Not seeing anybody? No. All right, what was the first resolution? Second.
579.
579. There we go. All right, you ready? Ready? John, you ready?
Yes.
Resolution 579.
Ambulance District Vehicle Reserve Adjustment, so moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 580.
The General Fund Justice Court budget adjustment.
We'll
that
fix
one.
that one too.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes, as amended with the caption change to read
Wooten.
general.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 581.
Engineering fees for the installation of emergency generators at plants 1 and 16, budget adoption. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 582.
Engineering fees for the installation of water mains and appurtenances, budget
There
adopted.
you go.
Second.
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
I hate that word.
It's not a word you'd ever use.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 583.
Pulaski Street Land Condemnation Budget Adoption, so moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 584.
Construction of a concrete ground storage tank and booster station at Plant 15, budget adoption. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 585.
Authorizes the release of foundation security for Peconic Bay Medical Center, Northwell Health. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 586.
Authorizes application to Suffolk County for HUD home funds and authorizes supervisor to execute grant agreement. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 587.
Authorizes submission of a letter of intent and execution of a contract by the supervisor for the operation and maintenance grant program to New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation, EFG. So moved.
And I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 588.
It's an authorization to publish advertisement for collection and recycling of electronic waste. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 589.
Wait a minute.
Lord have mercy.
That's a long contract.
Okay. Awards bid for disposal of town-generated construction and demolition material. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Thank goodness. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Oh, no, this is not the right
No,
one.
this
That-
isn't the one you're
Oh,
talking
no,
about.
good, but this is good too, but
Okay.
yeah.
Tim, you said yes?
Yes.
Okay, Wooten.
Yes.
Joe, did I call you? I'm sorry, I skipped right over you. Giglio.
Yes.
How can I forget you? Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 590.
Appoints a community development project supervisor, so moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 591.
Authorization to publish advertisement for charter coach transportation for the town of Riverhead. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 592.
It's an authorization, the designation of a secondary name to 20th Street in the honor of Suffolk County EMS Chief and Wading River Fire District Commissioner Thomas Latelier. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, and if anybody doesn't know, Tom, he also was, if anybody got transported by the helicopter, he was probably on it. He was a paramedic on the police helicopter when they came to get patients. Also, he was an instructor when EMS first started out here, in the 1980s. He was an instructor teaching people, the art of medical treatment to the sick and injured. So he deserves everything he gets. I vote yes.
Walter.
Absolutely, yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 593.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post a public notice for advertisement for requests for qualifications for former child care facility at Stotsky Park. So moved.
And is that the one we're
This is the one that's
amending?
gonna require the amendment of first whereas, removing for
Yes,
the.
as amended.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded as amended, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution
Absolutely.
adopted.
This is a long time in coming, folks, and I'm happy to be, hopefully, the supervisor that awards his contracts and gets the adult daycare center set up in town.
How many pages is this thing?
That's long.
It goes on forever.
Resolution 594.
I'm already there because Jody taught me how to do it.
Awards bid for residential solid waste collection and disposal services for the Riverhead Refuge and Garbage District. So moved.
Can I say it now? Woo-hoo, the same contractor got it.
And second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes, European American does a great job. We're very lucky to have them win the bid, and they're easy to work with. They're really good for the town. I
Stellar.
appreciate that they got the bid.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
And the interesting part, it wasn't, I mean, they won it hands down.
Yeah,
and
not
it
even
was
close.
Not even close is right, so fantastic, great Carter, and I think the residents are gonna be very happy.
Resolution 595.
Offer support for County of Suffolk application regarding 2017 to 2018 local government efficiency grant program. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 596.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post a notice of public hearing to consider a proposed local law for an amendment of chapter 289 entitled Vehicles, Traffic, and Parking Regulations of the Riverhead Town Code, 289-10 Parking Prohibited, Meeting House Creek Road, and Peconic Bay Boulevard. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
It's up to 80 feet, yes.
They
Dun-
go down from 100.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Said reply to the letter.
John, you're yes?
I said yes.
He said
Walter.
yes.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 597.
Adopts a local law to amend chapter 289 entitled Vehicles, Traffic, and Parking Regulations of the Riverhead Town Code, 289-3, stop and yield intersections, railroad crossings, parking fields, intersection of Peconic Bay Boulevard and Meeting House Creek Road. So moved.
People just make things up.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote
It
please.
wasn't made up. Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 598.
Adopts a local law amending chapter 217 entitled Buildings, Building, Construction and Improvements and Housing Standards of the Riverhead Town Code, Chapter 217-12, building permit fees. So moved.
And second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 599.
Amends resolution number 475 of 2017. Approves the chapter 255 application of Native Events Incorporated Country Blues Festival, Long Island. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm sure that the chief has plans for that day for the churches to keep them.
I'm sorry, so I
Is that
have the,
They already have
clause
it.
in there for you. Do you see it? It's on the second page. The third resolve.
I don't even have a second page of this.
No, wait, I'm
Now
on-
we only
I'm
have
the
one
wrong
page
one.
on it.
On
You
599?
know what, this is native events, that's
I'm
why,
sorry,
I'm
it's the
sorry.
next one.
It's the next one, you're
All
right.
right, but we're not
Mhm.
finished. Okay, so Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
right.
Resolution 600.
Do we have to fix, is that one of the ones you have to fix?
Well, 600,
02, we have to fix.
600 approves the application for fireworks permit of the Bating Hollow Club for Saturday, August 26, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Now, this one is okay, Bob? Sal had questions she gave.
Yeah,
It was changed already? Okay. make
We
sure-
have the new one here on paper.
Okay. Moved and seconded, vote please. I didn't get that paper one, but,
Oh, I gave it to
Here it
you.
is.
600?
Need it, show me there.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
All right. Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 601.
Approves the chapter 255 application of Elite Feeds Incorporated for a 5K road race, Long Island Fall Classic, September 17th, 2017. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
So Jill, you're saying on the second page?
On the second page, the third resolve.
What the hell are you doing?
601.
Yes. Hubbard was
Thing
yes,
just killed.
Giglio's yes.
Wow.
John, Diane, is that the hard
I vote.
copies? Can you give him the hard copies?
Did you vote yes?
I voted yes.
What'd you vote?
I'm playing with the computer with it.
You didn't get voted yet, Diane. You were
I'm
pulling
sorry,
the
what are
vote.
we up to now? We're up to Wooten.
Yes to Elite Feeds.
Okay. Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 602.
606?
602. Approves the Chapter 255 application of George M. Bartnick, 19th Annual Antique Car Show, Sunday, September 17th, 2017. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote
This is
please.
the one that requires the one change from chapter 90 to chapter 250.
Yes.
On the
Okay.
second page.
Moved.
Okay, no, Hubbard.
Yes, as amended.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Let me see yours. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes. Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 603.
Approves chapter 255 application of Jamesport Fire Department, 5K and 10K race, Sunday, August 27, 2017. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 604.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of Railroad Museum of Long Island for the Museum Open House 2017, 27th anniversary, August 26th and 27, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 605.
And this one is being amended also. So it approves the application for fireworks permit of Riverhead Raceway on Saturday, August 12, 2017, as amended. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded as amended.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 606.
Hold on a second. Bill, there is definitely something wrong with John's computer. It is moving by itself.
No, that's it.
Well, that's because you probably pressed it too
It
many
just
times.
keeps
and it
moving.
just keeps
There's
rolling.
something running in the background that's gotta come off.
something
I don't know
there.
where I tried to kill anything
Here,
else.
take it.
Got a squirrel in
Maybe you
one of
can
those
burn it.
wheels making the pages
No, he's
go on.
good, Bill. He's used the paper ones. Here, take this, see if you can figure
No,
out.
I got this here.
There, it is, I'm watching it move. It's
Yeah,
almost like
that's it.
somebody is behind.
Yeah, there's, I
in
went there,
there
somebody's
on-
hacking in on you, yeah. Probably somebody hacking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just going back to 605, I think that one was all right. I think it was right, it was 606 that needed to be amended. And 605 was fine the way it was.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
606 has been changed.
So we're on 605 and the ghost computer.
Okay, we're actually
Well,
on
we
606.
voted
We're
on
on
605.
Yeah, we're on
but
606.
There was a proposed amendment, there shouldn't be an amendment to
Okay.
605.
It was to 606.
606 should be amended, just to be clear.
Got it.
606 approves the application for fireworks permit of Newton Carnivals Family Festival, August 11th, 2017. And this needs to be
We have the new one.
amended?
Yes.
You
You
have
have,
the
you have,
copy.
yeah.
We have the amended copy. in our-
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so moved as amended.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
On the amendment.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 607.
Authorize the reduction of performance security of Manzi Homes East LLC in connection with the residential subdivision known as Old Orchard at Fading Hollow. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 608.
608 authorizes settlement with Thomas P. Wharton and Simus Wharton regarding claim for damage to a fire hydrant on Beconic Bay Boulevard. So,
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes, but I'm not quite sure where that interpretation of the name came
What
from.
do you call it?
Seamus.
It's Seamus.
It's Seamus.
It's Seamus.
It's Irish for Seamus.
Okay, resolution adopted. 609.
Offer support for regional bike share initiative of the County of Suffolk. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 610.
Authorizes legal action against the owners, tenants, occupants,
1792.
and mortgagee of the property located at 1792 Middle Road, Calverton, New York. 1792 being amended, so moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. You said
I'm
yes
leaning over
twice.
here.
How about we get?
What he said.
Okay. Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 611.
Authorize the retention of law firm of Centerite, Kaskakos, and Messina LLP as special counsel to defend legal action against the town of Riverhead commenced by Eugene LaFerno. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 612.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend chapter 301 entitled zoning and land development of the Riverhead Town Code. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Sorry, so then we'll have
Yes.
to-
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 613.
Resolution calling a public hearing regarding lateral water main extension for Riverview Lofts, Georgica Green Ventures LLC. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 614.
Eventually. We'll get to it.
There's gotta be a better way of doing this.
There is.
There is.
Control F, 07.
Control
got right on it.
614
Look at it, popped right in there.
approves change order number 1, installation of alarm contacts for Riverhead Water District at Plant 15. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 615.
Awards bid, installation of emergency generators at plant numbers 1 and 16 of the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 616.
Awards the bid for installation of water mains and appurtenances, water distribution system improvements to the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Oof, spending money like crazy, yes.
Wooten.
Have a drink. Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 617.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement with SHI International Corporation. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 618.
Amends resolution number 369 of 2017, authorizing the supervisor to execute a license agreement with Crown Recycling for use of town's yard waste facility to reflect a modification to license agreement. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
I'm gonna vote no. I think they should be parking their cars on their own property, and if that restricts their business on the property, then that should be the case. I'm voting no.
Wooten.
Absolutely.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
I love this idea, yes, because our yard waste would cost us between $25,000 and $40,000 a year in our budget. It's free now because we're giving them 12 parking spaces.
Right, but what are you doing to the quality of life of the people that live on?
I'm getting them all off
Youngs?
I'm getting them all off Youngs Avenue and getting this stuff ground up quickly.
You're getting more trucks coming to and from the site.
Resolution 618 is adopted. Resolution 619.
Pay the bills. So moved.
I'll second the payment.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. And we have two off the
Couple
floor.
off the floor.
All right, yeah, I don't know why this one didn't make. 620 and 621, can I authorize, 620 is the authorization to publish advertisement for two 90-foot heavy-duty rear flail mowers for the town of Riverhead. And 621 ratifies the appointment of legal representation to the zoning board of appeals. Can I get a resolution to take both off the
I
floor?
make a resolution that we,
Motion.
that we take 620 and 621 off the floor. Second move.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 620 and 621 are taken off the floor. And we'll call resolution 620.
620 is authorization to publish advertisement for two 90-inch heavy-duty rear flail mowers for the town of Riverhead. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
That is a big flail. Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 621.
I thought this was gonna be $5,000, and now it's $6,500.
I think that's what we discussed, that was my recollection.
Considerably less than.
Well,
Yes,
we were paying.
that was what we were talking about. Yep.
That's what we talked about.
5?
That's the
Or
number.
6,500?
No, we were at 75.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think she's worth it, I just thought it was gonna, I thought it was less. Okay, so ratifies the appointment of a legal representation for the zoning board of appeals, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, now we open the floor up to folks that want to have a conversation with us about anything, matter that's before the town board, or they'd like to bring before the town board. We ask you to limit your comments to 5 minutes. Yes. You could state your name and affiliation for the record.
Marie Guerrero Tooker, how you guys doing? How are you?
Excellent.
I'm so happy to see Mr. Robert Kazakevich asking everyone to swear in and using God. I hope that he does the same.
Sure he does.
Since 2002, this town has harassed my family with false allegations. In 2011, your officers came and protected criminals who tortured my animals. 2012, Officer Laporte allowed people to trespass and terrorize my family and property, hit me, and allowed someone to hit me with their car. Over 10 years, a storage trailer has been parked in the front of 3581 Middle Country Road and never had a violation. Now I write, "I love you, God, thank you" on it, and you guys start a violation. I
Really?
guess the whole thing is,
You're in a violation for that?
I swear I tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God,
You guys.
Robert?
You guys.
Then why am I being violated for my First Amendment?
You guys.
You're not supposed to have a trailer there at all.
Well, it's been there over 10 years, and it's a storage trailer. So why
Honestly, it
haven't you
looks like
violated me
crap.
for that over 10 years ago?
You guys.
Supposed to have it there.
It looks horrible sitting there, I'll be
Yeah?
honest with you.
Well,
It looks
everyone
horrible.
loves I love you, God, thank you, so let's get the public involved here, okay? It looks horrible here?
Looks horrible
Since
there.
2011, the weeds have been growing there. Have you ever come to violate anyone for that?
Weeds look good and natural.
Oh, yeah, the weeds look good and
A beat-up
natural.
old tractor trailer truck with a sheet hanging on it with a sign.
Sheet
Lady,
hanging
not
on
my
it?
cup of
Wait a minute,
tea,
wait,
sorry.
are you gonna swear to God on that one? A sheet hanging from it? Where is there a sheet hanging?
Yeah, you guys.
The sign is inappropriate.
The sign
That's-
is inappropriate?
That's my opinion. I'm
Wow,
entitled to it.
I'm so glad you said that. Did you hear that, Tim? I love you, God, thank you is inappropriate in today's world.
The trailer is
The
not.
trailer and the
Okay,
signage
well,
is inappropriate.
let's start an action. Thank you so much for opening the door for harassing us again. Thank you so much, because there was so many times that you did it, and the statute of limitation has run, but now you just opened the door again for me.
Ray, do you
And
want
now
me-
I want to talk about something else, affordable, I'm speaking, so when I'm done, you could ask all the questions you
I
want.
agree with your sign, so.
Easy there.
Great, I'm
Easy, child.
glad.
So, Marie,
I'm
we can-
glad. I'm so happy one of yous agree. How many of yous don't agree? We have
I
one.
know what use
Marie.
is. What is
Uh,
use?
Ms. Tooker,
You.
It's a
you.
bush, is it?
You,
Use?
James Wooten.
What do you want to know?
Ms.
What
Tooker.
do you
Do you
asking?
like the sign, I love you, God, thank you?
I have a faith in God. I really don't have a comment
Ms.
on this.
I don't-
Tooker, there's
Okay.
we could fix this, so,
I don't have a comment on
Wait,
your
I
sign.
want to finish, and then you could comment.
okay.
I would
That's my
appreciate if I could just
She's running
finish.
the show,
I
apparently.
pass that sign every day, so I
Thank
read
you,
it every day.
I'm sure you're, I hope you're one of them that's stopping and taking a picture, because at least 60, 70 people a day stop. Okay,
Give
so,
Tickets for stopping.
the what? Excuse me, Mr.
Wait,
Wooten,
yeah.
I mean, you want to just disrespect me all the way around?
Why not? You started
You're
it.
talking out over me, I'm trying to speak.
Well, then speak.
Let Ms.
What do you
Tooker
have to
finish.
say? Because I'm curious now.
No, Ms. Tooker, can you finish? We
I'm
won't
just
say
what
anything.
you have to say.
Guys, let her finish.
You
We won't
just
say
love
anything.
disrespecting me, don't you?
Oh, it just thrills me.
Jim, can we just let Ms. Tooker finish? Go ahead, Ms. Tooker.
Affordable housing has been an issue for over 20 years. I'm so happy you're paying attention to it now. I had a solution to build housing for affordable housing for veterans. Over 300 veterans would have been housed if you guys didn't oppose my project and put a letter in publicly without me even coming with a resolution, any kind of drawing. You completely put out a public letter and opposed the project for affordable housing for veterans. Why would you do something like that? Why would you do that? I know why. Because we don't believe in God, right? We don't like the I love you, God, thank you, Mr. Hubbard?
Go ahead.
What you did to Eugene Laferno was disgusting. I just want to bring that on the record since you're hiring a law firm. So, thank you. Do you have any more questions? Do you have
No,
questions?
thank you, Ms. Tooker.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Oh, I
Really.
will, sir.
Have a blessed day.
I will have a great day.
Good. I hope you do.
Mr. Foley.
I really do.
Good afternoon. Mike Foley in 43 Woodlawn Drive in Reeves Park. Over the last 10 days, 3 articles have been written by the News Review and Riverhead Local. I just wanted a few minutes to try and talk to all 5 of you about them. The first one involves the historic Sound Avenue corridor, where presently the Cider House is in the process of expanding. In 2012, and this is being, I'm trying to go with notes just so I can get out of here in 4 minutes and get you guys out as well. In 2012, a building permit was allowed approving agri-processing and a warehouse. At the time, it looked like a great idea. It was going to allow produce from the northeast and the southeast corridor to come, be processed, and be shipped from there westbound. It certainly fit, even involving the trucks that would be involved bringing produce in and out. It still fit the basic footprint and the basic concept of a rural corridor. It just moved a little more traffic west, but to that end, it mitigated traffic to the east. And it just made sense when it went in there. It had been, I remember when it was a potato chip factory, and then it was a Blackman agency, and then it was derelict for a while. So it just looked like a very nice fit. And very rapidly, it went from a permit that allowed agri-processing and warehousing to, in 2015, the buildings department allowing that to progress into an accessory to processing that would allow hard cider tasting and retail. Now, when you take a look within a mile of that, we had Long Island Vodka that came in and had, using Long Island potatoes, put up a tasting facility there that is clearly a very enjoyable part on going up into wine country. We have, obviously, vineyards. We have microbreweries. So when you hear of a cider tasting and a cider kettle operation, it kind of still fits a little bit. Although it was not what the original application was, the creep from an agri-development into cider made some form of rational sense. And now we have a man, Mr. King, who has been a food processor west of us for decades, who now, without any permit, builds a patio with a wall out in the back, puts a speaker that plays music out in the back, and now wants to put in an application to expand his operation. So we've gone from an agri-processing and warehouse to a cider house, beer and wine bar, restaurant, live music facility, which will eventually become a wedding and a catering facility if we allow this creep outdoors. In my opinion, and I'm going to do a little research on it between now and the September hearing, I believe he probably got some kind of a tax break with the AGRA application that has very quickly been described by the building inspector and the Suffolk County Health Department as a restaurant. Yet Mr. King states, or was quoted as stating, that he doesn't prepare any food there. He says that as his employees are using commercial pizza ovens. Are they throwing in frozen food? Of course not. They are making food there, and they have now converted this into a full-scale restaurant that has music a majority of the week. It still closes at a reasonable time, and that's a wonderful thing. But to have these violations, to have these deceptive applications grow into the bait-and-switch facility that this is trying to achieve on the historic Sound Avenue corridor, I find unacceptable. You guys all know the building people. You guys all know the planning people. You guys all know the zoning people. I don't know them. You talk to them all the time. These are people that are going to be approached over the next couple of weeks that will really change the rural nature of the historic Sound Avenue corridor if we allow outdoor music, outdoor entertainment, outdoor concerts, and a continued expansion. They're in violation of codes right now as we speak. They have an application in for outdoor music, yet when I took my family to go to the Cooperage Inn for their wonderful summer festival, where we could have a few beers, have some wine, have a nice barbecue, they were shut down. And I went into the Cooperage Inn at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and said, "Where's the Summerfest?" And one of the waitresses said, "We couldn't compete with the cider house." So we got a facility like the Cooperage Inn, which I remember as Bernie's, right? My first illegal beer at 14. And it turned into the Cooperage Inn, which has expanded into a wonderful restaurant, permitted all the way, into a facility that took care of children, face painting, pony rides, good food in an established family that now can't make a living because the planning board fell asleep at the switch. Code enforcement fell asleep at the switch. And now this Mr. King wants to come right back into town and sell you guys another bill of goods so we could become a Martha Clara West 2 miles west of us. This has to stop. The historic Sound Avenue corridor has to have a special place in this town. We went after this board starting in 2003, I think before any of you were on this board, in 2003, when we had the entrance of Reeves Park that had been in the dead of night master plan change to allow strip malls on Sound Avenue to the east and to the west of Park Road, which is now Tom Kelly Memorial Highway. There are people on this board, everybody but the rookie, Tim, who I've talked to, yelled at, supported, but ultimately, at the end, all of you sided on the favor of preserving the historic Sound Avenue corridor. And I thank you for that. And the town is better because of that. But while you're still here on your watch, we have to stop what's going on at the Cider House. We have to stop this guy from expanding his violations outdoors. We have to do it. And I intend to fill this room here on September the 7th. And I intend to do a little homework between now and then.
That's
So
the
that when
hearing for the planning board?
Yes, sir. And I intend to do a little more homework on their tax breaks and on the other things that they've done that have existing violations. By the end of business this week, I will certainly have code violation complaints in on the things that I already know are existing. Violations of the dark skies laws, that we impose fines and corrective actions on a garage outside my neighborhood, but this guy can light up the sky and nobody says anything or does anything.
Mike, can you, 5 minutes, just
Well, listen, I will end with this because I'm on my second one. And if I'm here 5 minutes, I apologize. I'll just end it with this. I also saw something on term limits as it applies to the town board. You know, the town board is like any other political body, and over the last couple of 100 years, elections determined the term limits and not a piece of legislation. But it hasn't worked out for the Congress too well over the last 40 years or so. We're in absolute stagnation. And the first victim of term limits is John Dunleavy. And John's term is up this year. I think John would be reelected if he was allowed to run for a town council job in November, but he can't. And it dismayed me to see a quote stating basically that you were going to now run against Sean. John, you're a tremendous public servant. You've been a public servant for 40 years. You would be a tremendous advocate and senior statesman on this side of the table, helping civics like we belong to, as the go-to guy, a mentor, a guy that can spend his time endorsing things that and advocates for things that he likes, and being a very strong adversary on things that you don't like. I sure hope you'll reconsider it. You deserve a long retirement. You deserve to go out on a winning streak. And I certainly hope you'll reconsider it and come to this side of the table. I'd love to have you join us on a few other projects. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Foley. Does anybody else wish to be heard this afternoon? Not seeing anybody, can I get a motion to
Make a
adjourn?
motion to adjourn the town board meeting. So moved.
Seconded, moved and seconded, vote please. Aye, all in
Aye.
favor, opposed, abstentions, motion carries.
I oppose. I know if I can get an old tractor trailer truck, I can put on my front yard, I want to sign